with Miranda, your information gateway.
Everybody, you know what I am. I'm a bad man, an absolute bad man.
You're listening to the awesome debut album from Father Funk and a track called Swagger. You're listening to The Word on Ujima 98 FM, and it's now time, I'm very excited, to go over to one of Europe's largest festivals, Glastonbury Festival, and we're going to hook up with Steve Symons, who is the, what are you, Steve? Who are you and what are you?
I am the programmer for the West Holts Stage,
Exactly.
which is third main stage at Glastonbury.
It is one of the biggest stages at Glastonbury. It has grown, hasn't it, from being what originally, was it the Jazz World stage originally?
Well, it goes back about 30 years. It's a long, everything that goes to Glastonbury has a long history. But it's been West Holts since 2010.
Yeah.
When I went and took over the booking again.
Okay, so we're really excited to hear about what lineup you've got going on the stage this year.
It's brilliant. Well, we opened up at midday with young Hot 8 brass band, and we had about 20,000 people just going off to that. It was a really good way to start the festival.
Awesome.
And we've got Tempest, Little Dragon, Anderson Paak, who I'm really excited about. And Dizzy Rascal coming up today.
Dizzy Rascal's headlining tonight. That's going to be absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be mental.
I'm also very excited about who's headlining tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, Saturday is a really good day. I mean, it goes from like Bad Not Good and Thundercat. We've got Seats and the Maytals, which are great to have back, and the Avalanches. Solange, and then we're ending with the Jacksons.
That's
we're
amazing.
Celebrating 50 years, which is going to be a fantastic party.
That is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I'm so excited for you guys. Is that going to be the highlight for you?
It's definitely going to be one of them. I mean, we've had just like phenomenal parties here with some of the, it's Kool and the Gang, but Chic, Earth, Wind and Fire, and it feels like the Jacksons are the kind of last big surviving sort of soul, funk, disco band, from that era. And, every single person in that crowd will not just know every song, they'll know every word to every song.
Yeah.
So we're expecting quite a magical atmosphere.
It is. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So tell us, ending off the festival on Sunday, who have you got playing?
Well, it starts off quite kind of mellow and folky for lying out in the sun. With people like Yorkston, Thorn and Khan, and then it goes through to Umer Sangar and Cinematic Orchestra, and then we're kind of ending on a big sort of like dance party with Moderat and Justice.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a really good closing party as well.
So you do realise, for people listening, that you've probably got the most magical job in the world.
Yeah, you don't hear me complaining about it.
No, it's absolutely incredible. What else have you got lined up for the weekend, or is it just going to be work?
Well, do you know what? I mean, most of my work is done beforehand.
Really?
Again, this is like, I have the best job here because really all I've got to do is say hello to the bands and watch them and look at the crowd sizes. And I mean, I had a bit of a dodgy day yesterday. I nearly lost 2 bands. So that was a bit of last-minute firefighting going on.
Right.
But hopefully, that's the last bit of troubleshooting I'll do, and it's all going to be fine.
So when you say you lose bands, do you mean you lost them at the festival, or do you mean they pulled out?
They nearly didn't. Yeah, they kind of nearly pulled out. I mean, one band had visa issues, but we managed to sort it at the last minute. There's so many things that can go wrong. You're bringing bands in from all over the world.
Yeah.
And, stuff happens, basically.
Well, have you got anything, that you can tell us that has been perhaps the most disastrous thing that's happened, or the most amazing thing that's happened to you working at Glastonbury?
Well, I mean, the worst thing is always when bands don't show.
Really?
It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes it does, and that's always just one thing. You have to scramble to find somebody to replace them.
Well, I was going to say, what on earth would you do in a situation like that? Did you get somebody to play for a bit longer, or give somebody an opportunity who's playing on another stage?
I remember actually before I started doing the bookings here, and this was many, many years ago, I was aware that a headliner hadn't turned up. I think I was working on the stage as a DJ, and I said, "Look, I know this band. They're a bit obscure, but they will absolutely rock it as headliners." And so I went off to look for them, and I found them all getting really stoned in some yurt in the green field. And I said, "Do you fancy headlining on a main stage in about 4 hours' time?" And they would just go like, "Get out of here, go away." But they did it. And in fact, I mean, you wouldn't have heard of the band, but every individual member of that band has gone on to be some of the most well-known and best-paid session musicians in the UK. So
awesome.
It works out for them.
Yeah, what an incredible opportunity. That was great. I know that it used to be a bit of a family-run thing down there. Shona, your wife, and your daughter Flora, are they still involved in working on West Holts?
They are, yeah. My wife runs the hospitality team, looking after the artists, and my daughter's working for her.
Brilliant.
We've got, there's about 400 people work on this stage.
Yeah, and a lot of them from Bristol.
One big family.
Yeah,
it is quite heavily Bristol, and a lot of us have been doing it a long time, so we're all really close. It's a great team, and it really you feel really privileged to be working alongside such great people, even besides or before you even factor in the music.
That's really nice to hear. I mean, as you know, many years ago, I worked back there with you guys, and it was just, well, like you say, it was just the highlight of my summer. The atmosphere was amazing, and I hope that this will be yet another amazing festival for you guys. What's the weather like down there, just before we have to say goodbye?
It's pretty perfect festival weather, It's
not too hot, not raining.
It's overcast, but that's stopping people getting sunburn.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the weather for maximum energy levels from the crowd, which is obviously what we love.
Oh, well, brilliant, because of this weather that's been so hot, that would have been quite dangerous for festival goers, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if it had been like it was on Wednesday, I think people would be dying.
Were you down there for the rest of the... Have you been down there all week, have you?
No, I had to... I was actually putting on the Avalanches in Bristol on Tuesday, so I didn't come down to Wednesday.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, Wednesday was ridiculous. I remember seeing a rigging crew coming off an afternoon shift, and these guys had been up on the inside of the roof of the stage, rigging these massive lights and then having them shine on them.
Oh,
I mean, the temperature up there must have been unimaginable, and I saw them coming off shifts and they just looked broken.
I'm not surprised. I mean, just working in this heat, doing anything is phenomenal, but anything like that, is just, we're not used to it, are we? But listen,
no.
you've got the perfect weather. You sound like you've got the lineup from heaven. Just have an amazing weekend. Send my love to Dizzy Rascal later, and thanks, Steve, for your time, and give my love to the missus.
All right, Miranda, lovely to talk to you.
Yeah, take care, Steve.
The Word with Miranda.